Good morning, dear students. So, in today's class, we are going to see charge on the electron. Okay, it was given by an experiment called Millikan's oil drop method. So, here Millikan was a scientist who has done some experiment by taking some oil. So, this is the experiment apparatus. Okay, so look at here. It is in a vessel. It is a closed vessel which contains a perforated plate which is positively charged and another plate which is present at the bottom which is negatively charged. Understand? And here atomizer is present. Atomizer means it is like uh, it contains some oil in it. Can you see here? Yes, it contains some oil. So whenever you press here at this part, the whatever oil is present in this, it can be sprayed inside the vessel like perfume. When we want to press, so what you will get, it will be sprinkled over on our body, isn't it? So in the same way, atomizer is used to sprinkle the oil into this vessel. So when it go into the vessel, what happens and what are the reactions taking place inside was observed under the telescope. Understand? This is a telescope which is used to see the reactions which are going to take inside the vessel. So we are going into the matter now. So oil droplets. So in this method, oil droplets in the form of mist produced by the atomizer. Mist means in a form of droplets. So we are allowed to enter through a tiny hole. Okay, tiny hole which when it is sprayed inside, here it is having a tiny hole. Through this, the oil droplets can be reached to the down plate which is negatively charged. Okay, the downward motion of these droplets was viewed through a telescope. With the help of a telescope, they can be seen. And next, by measuring the rate of falling of these drops, means how much rate with the gravitation force, how much fast it is moving from top perforated plate to the down plate. Millikan was able to measure the mass of the oil droplets. So how much fast it is moving from here to here, basing on that, Millikan was able to calculate its mass. Understand? So whatever air present inside the chamber was ionized by passing a beam of X-rays. So whatever air is present inside, it was ionized by passing a beam of X-rays. Next, the electrical charge which is present on these oil droplets was acquired. How we are getting that electrical charge? By collision with the gases ions. Okay, so these droplets will collide. Collide means both will. See, collision means when two particles collide each other. This one. Okay, the both will collide each other. Through that, electrical charge can be acquired. So the fall of these charged oil droplets can be retarded or accelerated, made stationary, depending upon the charge on the droplets and the polarity and the strength of the voltage applied to the plate. So here we are applying some electrical energy. So basing on that, we are able to calculate their electrical charge. Understand how much mass it is having. So this is an experiment. Simply what he is doing, he has taken an oil in this bottle and it is an atomizer. Atomizer means it is used like a spray. So when he spray inside, the oil will get inside this vessel. So through this hole from first plate to second plate, it is moving from first plate to second plate. So when it is moving, Millikan was able to calculate its mass. Understand? With the help of this downward movement. With the help of this downward movement, he was able to calculate its mass. So Millikan concluded that magnitude of the electrical charge Q on the droplet is always an integral multiplier of the electrical charge. That means the charge Q equal to NE, where in the n place you can write 1, 2, 3, because he said it is always an integral multiply. Okay, numbers. So by carefully measuring the effect of the field on the movement of many droplets, charge on the oil drops was always an integral multiplier of 1.60 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulombs. So by measuring that, what is the charge we got? 1.60 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulombs. Understand? So by this, with the help of this formula, Me equal to E by Me equal to, already we have seen this one, 1.60 into 10 to the power minus 19 by 1.758820 into 10 to the power 11 C kg inverse, coulombs kg inverse. So that if you simplify, you are going to get 9.1094 into 10 to the power minus 31 kg. So this is the mass. Okay, this is the mass of an electron it is given. So electrons, if you see any content, electrons are universal constituents of all matters. In anything, in this pen, in this book or anything, everywhere electrons were present. Understand? In before class what I said, in this charge to mass ratio we have find. So in that I said with the help of the Millikan's oil drop method, isn't it, that Millikan's oil drop method was this only. Understand, children? And next comes to discovery of proton and neutron. So protons were discovered by Goldstein in the year 1886. Understand? So he has done some experiment. See, look at here. It is called canal race. Okay, discovery of a proton and a neutron. First we are seeing discovery of proton. Who discovered it? Goldstein in the year 1886. Understand? So here canal race. So canal race, what do you mean by canal race and what are the things he used, we will see. So in 1886, Goldstein noticed that when a perforated cathode was used in the above, means here a discharge tube, another set of rays were traveling in the direction opposite, okay, opposite to that of the cathode rays is seen. That means from anode towards the cathode, from anode towards the cathode he has seen. So he called this rays as canal rays. Why he called this rays as canal rays? Because they are passing through the canals. Canals means small holes. Understand? So look at here. So we will see it has two chambers. It has two chambers which was separated by a metallic perforated plate. Perforated plate means which are having small holes in it. So the space between the cathode and anode, the space between the cathode and the anode, a residual gas molecules are present. So here what is present? A gas molecules are present. So when the electrons are emitted, from the cathode, collides with the gas molecules which are present inside, and some rays traveling in the direction opposite to the cathode rays. Okay, so when the electrons are moving from cathode, what happened? They are colliding with the gas molecules what are present and they are moving away from the cathode rays. Instead, they are moving away from the cathode rays. Cathodes are negatively charged, anodes are positively charged. So here when they are emitting electrons, so here some rays are moving away, isn't it? So that the cathode rays is seen, that from the anode to cathode, these rays are called canal rays. So if we see the properties, how they are moving, canal rays are traveling in a straight line. They consist of a minute material particles and hence they produce mechanical effects. They are made up of a positively charged particle. That is why, understand, that's why they are moving, isn't it? So positive rays are deflected by the electric field and magnetic field, but in the direction opposite to that of the cathode rays. So they were deflected by both electrical and magnetic field, but in the direction opposite to that of the cathode rays. So these positive rays produced with hydrogen gas which is present or has proved the existence of a positively charged particle. Okay, this experiment shows that some positive particles are present in the matter. Okay, children. So if you see the mass of a, so by this experiment he concluded that positively charged particles are nothing but protons. Understand? So again I am explaining here in this experiment he has taken two chambers which are separated by a perforated metallic plate. So when he apply electrical field, the electrons which are emitted from the cathode collides with the gas molecules, and some rays were traveling opposite to the direction of the cathode rays. So when they are moving some opposite direction, what he observed, some positively charged particles are present inside it. So that positively charged particles are nothing but protons. So if we see the mass of the proton, if you want to find, that equal to E by me. Okay. Charge, what is the charge? 1.60 into 10 to the power minus 19. Okay, minus 19. and by E by mu value is 9.579 into 10 to the power 4. So if we simplify, we are going to get 1.672 into 10 to the power minus 27 kg or 1.672 into 10 to the power minus 24 grams. So this is the mass of a proton. Understand, children? Next comes to discovery of the neutron. So how a discovery of neutron? In 1932, James Chadwick bombarded a light nuclei. Bombarded means he given some reaction between the beryllium with the helium or beryllium with the boron with the helium. Understand? So look at here. In the year 1932, James Chadwick bombarded light nuclei like beryllium and boron with a fast moving alpha particle. That is, alpha particle here he has taken as helium. So now when he bombarded, means when he collided the both particles, a new particles were emitted which has no charge, but it has mass nearly which is equal to that of hydrogen atom or a proton, okay, or a proton. So these particles were called as neutrons. So neutrons, how you will represent? N01 you can write like this, or 0n1, okay, N01, or you can write here this side or this side, no problem. So look at here what I said. He has taken light nucleus like beryllium and he bombarded with helium. So here you close this. Beryllium when reacts with helium, 4 plus 2, okay, 4 plus, this atomic number is 4, here this atomic number is 2, 4 plus 2 is 6. So 6 atomic number means what is the element? Carbon. So 9 plus 4, actually it will be 13, but here it is 6 carbon, no, its mass will be 12 plus another new particle, what he got? The neutron, another particle having no charge, okay, it has no charge, and 0 and 1 means it is a neutron. He got a neutron here, a new particle. And next boron he has taken, and again he bombarded with helium. So 5 plus 2 7, nitrogen he got, okay, with the mass 14, and along with neutron, okay. So these are the new particles he got when he bombarded a light nuclei like beryllium and boron with helium. So what is the mass, children? So mass equal to 1 mu, that 1 AMU means atomic mass unit, that equal to 1.66 into 10 to the power minus 24 grams. It is the mass of a neutron. And the charge, what is the charge? It has no charge. When it is having no charge, it will become electrically neutral. And the representation, and how you will represent? Representation will be like this. So neutron. Okay, children? Yes. So in today's class, what did you learn? We have seen the Millikan's oil drop method, very simple method. But with the help of this diagram, you can be able to write what are the things happen here, or what are the reaction take place. And next, discovery of a proton. Who discovered proton? Proton was discovered by Goldstein in 1886. And we have seen the mass of a proton. And next, discovery of a neutron. Neutron who discovered? James Chadwick. Okay, James Chadwick has discovered, and we have seen. So that's all for today's class. In next class we are going to meet again. Thank you, children.